PSA Collector.
What's going on, guys? It's Matt with PSAcollector.com, back with another video. In today's video, I'm going to answer 10 questions from my Instagram DMs that you guys asked. I decided to answer these in a video format. That way everybody can know the answer to, okay? I'm gonna put these questions in the description or the comments below. That way you guys can scroll down and see if you have that question. You click on that question and it's gonna jump to the answer, all right? So without any further ado, guys, let's get into these questions. Question number 1, asked by Dylan G29. Am I allowed to use BCW card holders when I submit to PSA? Guys, you can submit cards to PSA and literally whatever you want to submit to, okay? PSA is not going to reject your order, or they're not going to send it back to you. They're going to take their time, remove the card from whatever you submitted in, and grade your cards, okay? Now, if the card arrives damaged, then no, they're not going to grade it. They're probably going to contact you and let you know that the card arrived damaged, and they're going to send it back to you, or something along those lines. If you check PSA's website, psacard.com, and go to their grading guidelines, they'll tell you that they suggest you submit their cards in like a plastic card saver holder that's going to prevent the card from slipping out during shipping, okay? So that's all you really got to do is pay attention to how you're shipping, how you're mailing the cards to PSA. BCW holders, I think you're referring to top loaders. You don't want to submit to in a top loader unless the card is like a thicker patch card and you can't fit it in a card saver type holder, okay? Question number 2, Thurl G asked, can I buy the silver membership and do one card for $10? No, you cannot. And in order to get those bulk discounts, guys, you have to meet the minimum card requirement. So right now, I think it's 20 cards. You have to submit 20 cards in order to get that $10 per card discount. If you only submit one card, you have to pay the regular fee of, I think it's $50 right now, so pretty expensive. It's worth submitting, 20 cards if you're gonna submit to PSA, because $50 per card is a little too steep even for me. Next up, Tiger Family Cards asked, is it good to put tape over the opening when submitting with a card saver? Dust always seems to find its way in somehow. Absolutely not. Do not put tape over the card saver. Do not put any kind of tape over any kind of holder. Guys, I've never put any kind of holder over these card savers. It's going to be fine. If you're storing it at your house, if you're building a PSA candidate pile and you're storing these, just make sure it has a dust cover over the top of it and dust won't get into it. But if don't be worried about dust getting in it for shipping. That PSA likes these because it's pretty tight. Dust won't get into it. And don't put thick cards in here, because that will open it and allow dust and dirt to fall in between the cracks, okay? So don't put the card saver in any kind of holder. I don't suggest doing that. If you're doing thick patch cards, then yes, put them inside plastic team bags or these graded plastic holder bags that hold graded cards, okay? No tape. That's very aggravating for PSA graders to remove that tape. I mean, I get aggravated when I get mailed egg cards and they're covered in tape. I don't like that, so I don't think that they would like that either. William Gelhar asked, what would you do? I bought a BGS 8 Michael Jordan Fleer rookie card and a Fleer rookie sticker from a man. The sticker is graded 10 from Pro Grader, the company that trims cards. I feel it may not be trimmed and has good everything. Do I leave it as is or risk it by resubmitting it? First of all, I've never heard of the company Pro Grader. I'm not familiar if they are notorious for trimming cards or allowing trimmed cards to come through. But honestly, I would, if you want it in a PSA case, just submit it in whatever holder it's in. Don't worry about cracking the case or anything like that. Submit it to PSA as a crossover card, submission, service level, crossover. Don't even do minimum grade. Whatever grade they determine it is, it's better than being in a third-party grading company that nobody really has ever heard of. Pro Grader, I've never heard of them. So even if it's a PSA 4 or PSA 5, it's better than a Pro Grader 8, because nobody's going to want to buy that really, okay? I would much rather have a PSA 4 than a Pro Grader 8. And same with the other Jordan card, the sticker. Same thing. Get it, submit it, crossover, no minimum grade, and you should be good to go. Wider Legacy asked, I have some questions about submitting to PSA. The declared value, is that talking about what grade it's going to receive? Confused on prices. Yes, absolutely. PSA has stated that when figuring out the max declared value, use your best guess to determine if you think the card is going to be a PSA 10. What do you think the value is when the card's graded PSA 10. And this is kind of tricky because you want all your cards to grade PSA 10, right? However, the chances of that happening, unless you submit like 5 cards or less, the chances of you getting all 10s are very slim. So what I would do generally, guys, I would look at the PSA 9 prices and go off that. I mean, don't say that every single one of your cards are going to be PSA 10 max declared value, because that's going to increase the cost of insurance to ship the cards back to you tremendously. And you never know. Like the card could be an 8, and you would have paid too much. You would have overpaid for that 8. If you underpay, PSA won't charge you until the order is complete. So it's better to underpay, or I guess keep expectations low. And if you send 10 cards and they all come back PSA 10, PSA is going to contact you. Even if one comes back a 10 and PSA thinks that the market and PSA thinks that the market value is more than $1,000 or whatever it is if you submit in bulk, then they're just going to email you and tell you that you need to be upcharged, which is good news. It's not bad news. It means your card is worth more than you initially thought. So when you max declared value, guys, I made a video on it. You can check it out. I'll put a link at the top to go in more depth about it. But yes, max declared value is all about the value of your card and what grade you think it's going to get. So if they're vintage, obviously they're not going to be all PSA 10s. Even modern day cards, not all PSA 10s. You got to be realistic about it, guys. So don't overthink it, guys. Just submit your cards. I suggest get the membership and submit in bulk. If PSA determines that the cards are worth more, worst case scenario, you waited a little bit longer to get your cards back, but that's not a big deal. I'd rather wait a little bit longer and pay a little bit more than overpay up front initially. S. Van Riper 007 asked, I was curious if you ever made any profit from the Panini 1990 Panini Sticker Jordan Bird stickers I cut myself and submitted to PSA. Yes, absolutely. I paid like $3 per book when I bought those, and I was selling the Michael Jordan PSA 10s from anywhere from $300 to $700. I got a bunch of the PSA 10s back. The Larry Bird Jordan panel stickers I got, I was like $200 to $300 PSA 10s. I have a bunch more I'm going to cut up and submit. Yes, absolutely. I made from one sale of the Jordan PSA 10, I already made my money back. So everything after that was pure profit. Terry Hoy asked, if you had $100, what would the next card or cards you would pick up be? If I had $100 right now to spend on cards, I would buy a combination of Bam Adebayo, Kobe White, and probably Ja Morant, since the market could be down a little bit because he has been playing, but he's going to be back real soon. So they're three guys I'm pretty hype on right now and watching. Even though Kobe White hasn't been doing the best, guys, he's still early in his career, and I think he has a lot of potential. So I would probably diversify or chop up $100 between the Ja, Kobe, and Bam Adebayo. Probably 50 in Ja and 25 Kobe, 25 Adebayo. MTL Sports Cards asked, if you had 50 of the same card, would you send it in to PSA on the same order or split it up? This is a great question because a lot of guys say PSA's graders, and theory, won't give you a lot of PSA 10s of the same card if you submit in bulk. And some guys say, like myself, I think they will. So honestly, if you look at all my previous submissions, if I have multiples of the same card, I send them all at once. I put the worst condition off-centered card on top, and I put the very best ones in the back. So when the graders are looking through it, you make their expectations low by putting the worst card on top. Okay, so when they get to the very last cards in the back, they start saying, wow, the centering is great, the corners are sharp compared to the first couple, and so forth. It's grading is all psychological, it's subjective. Everybody grades cards differently. One guy might say it's a 10, another might say it's an 8, another might say it's a 9. So keep that in mind. When I do bulk submissions, I like to submit the same card multiple times for a couple of reasons. One, I think it actually increases your chances of getting that 10. And number two, it allows me to sell the lower grades or sell that card when I get them back and make some of my money back and keep the better grades. So that's why I like doing it. I don't suggest splitting them up because me personally, I don't think that's going to benefit. I would much rather just get it done, get it over with, and have them in the collection. They're going to be graded for the most part the same, depending on the card. Even if they all look Gem Mint 10, the chances of them all getting Gem Mint 10 are slim to none, because that's not how the system is designed. Essentially, like they're going to give you at least one Mint 9. They're going to really be scrutinizing the cards if you submit bulk, and they're going to find something wrong with it, like, you know, some kind of surface issue, or maybe some whitening on the corner, some splintering on the edges, or the centering on the back. That, you know, they'll be more picky with the centering on the back. I just go ahead and get them all, send them in one big lump sum, get them done and over with, and hope for the best. Sports Card Cache asked, how do you decide what's a good price for older boxes? Are you just basing it off of eBay sales? That's a good question, and that's something that I honestly struggle with. A lot of guys probably struggle with it, you know, looking at what modern day boxes are selling for compared to what the older boxes are selling for. I'm assuming you're not talking about vintage, like pre-1980 or even 1990, really, up so 1990 and plus, right? So the 90s, right? What I like to do is take the price of the box. So let's say you have a 1999 Topps Chrome baseball box with 24 packs selling for $100 out the door, okay? So I take $100 divided by 24 packs, that's $4 per pack. So essentially that's retail. Is that what they were selling for back in 1998 or 99? I think they were selling for like $1.99, $2.99. And now they're currently at $4 with how the hobby has grown and blown up. Do I think that $4 per pack today is good compared to what, you know, what it was in 1999 or 2000? It's about the same, maybe $1 more than what it was. Absolutely. I think that that's a great deal. So what I do is I kind of look at it, and if people were willing to pay for a pack of cards back in 1998 for $3, that $3 pack should have appreciated over time because of the recent explosion in the hobby to significantly more than that. In a lot of boxes, they haven't. They're still the same price as people were paying back then, and you can pull the same great cards. So that's how I kind of look at it. And I look also, you know, look at what people are paying for product today, and what, you know, each pack is costs and so forth. So if they're about the same, I think it's a good buy. The closer you can get to that $3, $4 pack, the better. I feel more comfortable with that, because we're always telling ourselves how we wish we had a time machine to go back in time to buy cards, right? Well, essentially, this is what we're able to do. We're able to do that now. We're buying those cards at those prices, $3 per pack, $4 per pack. If you get to the point to where it's like a $2,000 box and it's $50 per pack, then yeah, you're going to have to really balance the scale and see if it's worth $50 per pack. I think opening boxes, the 90s boxes, 2000s, early 2000s, mid 2000s product hobby boxes at $3, $4, $5 per pack, I think that's, you know, that's fun. Pick the right box, and you could potentially pull guys like $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 cards if you pick the right box. Savage 2613 asked, how long do you wait for PSA grading orders? Is there any way to expedite grading with a service? I wait typically right now around 7 months. I submit in bulk. I submit by myself. I don't do group submissions. I like to have full control over my submissions. However, you can submit in group submissions. You send your card to somebody else, and they send it off to PSA. They get discounts. From what I hear, they get not expedited, but faster turnaround time. So definitely consider looking into PSA group submissions. There are plenty out there. Check PSAcard.com, the group submissions. Find one local to you that you can potentially, you know, have a relationship with. However, if not, just go off of feedback. You know what other guys are using. There's lots out there, and go with somebody who's been in the hobby for a while. Always do the research. Ask questions before you send your cards to anybody else. Make sure, verify through other people that the group is a good group to get into and they're trustworthy, okay? All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'm going to be doing more of these videos, answering your questions on my channel in a video format. So go to my Instagram, follow me, DM me if you guys have any questions, and I'll do my best to answer them and you know, help you guys out. All right, so thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Let me know you guys appreciate the content, and I'll see you in the next one.